maybe straight into the sprint grid today. Depends on some glitch issues. Here is the pit lane here in Mexico. Doubling up as a grandstand, of course. Do let us know your race predictions in the chat. Or wait until the formation lap when you see the grid, as we are on reverse grids. And we're going to adopt that format for Blobby Monday Season 2, which starts on Monday the 19th of February. 3 weeks left of the current season. And then Blobby Monday Season 2 will begin on Monday the 19th. It will be a 13 race season with the reverse grids. We've already got half the seats filled, so if you want a seat, do get in contact. Good evening to Bazza, who says Team Senna in the chat there. Yep, if you want a seat in Blobby Mondays Season 2, then please do get in contact with us. I've also got a new Discord link, which I'm going to post in the chat just while I wait here. I can find it. So do come and join in. The Discord.
Hello.
Hello to Squid, already in the Discord, of course. There's the
https://discord.com/invite/k.
There it is. That's in there.
How you doing, fella?
Anyone who wants to get in the Discord, please do. Come and join us. And Squid, get George in there because he's got to pick his favourite track. And yep, very good. Thank you very much. Been having a lazy day today around Stacey's. A lot of snoozing taking place. And thank you so much for the subscription as well, Squid. Much appreciated. Wonderful stuff. What a good way to start the stream.
You waving hand.
Hello as well to Stacey in the chat.
Noticed I weren't subbed, so had to sort it, lol.
Thank you very much for the subscription. Much appreciated. And hello to Stacey in the chat as well. She's on mod duties to get rid of anyone dodgy. And hello to Swanton, also in the DRS chat. Apologies for the long pause. This is, of course, to allow drivers to get their strategies. And oh, we're getting the sun now. Never seen that before.
The EE Game Store is open to every player on any network. And you can spread the cost of exclusive console bundles to level up your gaming. Search EE Game Store.
It all comes down to this basic question. Can I improve me? You will begin to find out that learning is good for you, and the great things that you do are really happenings.
Mercedes of Senna, then 2 Ferraris, Maxwell and Speedy Bullet. Then it's Ninja's Red Bull, TMK's Aston Martin that you won't see now. And it's Jacob. Easy Life in 11th from Jaden in 12. Mr. Pickle, Noodles and Kusky Boo. So mediums for Speedy Bullet, for Easy Life and for Jaden. So those 3 going for mediums, everybody else going for softs. It is a 12-lap race. How quick will Noodles and Kusky Boo and Jaden and Mr. Pickle, the back 4, be from the rear of the field, as well as Jacob, of course, in amongst there. He led at Monaco before an accident saw his race end prematurely. There you see TMK's car waiting for everybody else. Smug and Keith's, the front row. The Alpha Tauris, or the Visa Cash App Racing Bulls, as they're going to be known next season. Don't ask. Followed by the Steak Saubers, which will be next season. Of course, Alfa Romeo this season. And sponsored by Kick, the platform that we're going to be going on to ourselves later in the week. Here we go then. It's 5 lights. Away we go at Mexico, and Smug gets off the line and Keith's is straight up his inside. Look at the Alfa Romeo there, and Senna's getting involved as well. Who's going to get to the first corner first here? Senna around the outside of Keith's. Is everyone going to get through there? I think they do, but a bit of nudging going on. Kusky Boo and Noodles are up a couple of places from the back. Smug leads, and Syme is in second from Keith's. Then it's Senna. Jacob has jumped about 5 places already. And he's trying to go up the inside of 50 Gent, and he's up to P5. Going wide there was Jaden. He's in P10. Noodles drops back to P14 behind TMK. And Easy Life is at the back. So Smug got away well and leads from Simon second. Speedy Bullet's lost a couple of places. Jacob is on an absolute flyer. He's up to P4 already. Ahead of Senna, 50 Gent, Real Max World, Ninjas. Jaden now takes Speedy Bullet. We've got a virtual safety car. VSC is out, and I'm not sure why. Now TMK's lost his front wing. Senna's in the pits. Senna's in the pits. Speedy Bullet's in the pits. Mr. Pickle's in the pits, and TMK's in the pits. So there must have been some contact there between a few of them. So now where are we after this? Noodles into the top 10. Jaden, Kusky Boo, all into the top 10 now. Ninjas is 7th. Max World is in P6. 50 Gent 5. Jacob up to 4. He's the biggest net gainer so far. Keith's is in 3rd. Behind Syme, who splits the Alpha Tauris, and Smug continues to lead. It is just a VSC still at this stage, which means the gap. And Speedy Bullet has picked up a drive-through. So drive-through for Speedy Bullet, and Max World has passed 50 Gent on the restart. And 50 Gent is off, is he? Speedy Bullet's out of the race. And we've got a full safety car. It's a full safety car. There's Speedy Bullet. Look, you can see him in the wall. Speedy Bullet ends in the wall. 2 of the medium runners decided against it and are now on softs, leaving just Jaden on the soft tyre. But now we have a full course safety car. So Smug from Syme, Keith's, Jacob. He's surely made the most positions. He is up 6. In fact, Kusky Boo now is up 9. He's up to 6th. Ninjas P7 from Jaden, his teammate, in P8. Noodles in P9 and 50 Gent down to 10th. Senna is in P11. Then TMK, Easy Life and Mr. Pickle has not got away from the back of the field. But we're going to have a short safety car here as people catch up. I think it won't be in this lap. I think it'll be another lap. With the tyres up there. No penalties to speak of. Speedy Bullet did pick up a drive-through. Thank you to Swan Tom Bomb, who has subscribed for 8 months to the DRS channel. And he is cheering on Smug tonight. And he says the safety car will have angered Smug as he was building a gap. And now Sime will be back on his tail. Do keep the chats coming in on both. And of course the subscriptions. Much appreciated. If you are a Prime user, you can subscribe for free. One more lap of safety car then, as the back 3 or 4, back 3 just catch up, which they will do on this straight, I reckon. This is the sprint race. We'll be following this with a 36-lap feature race. Of course, the sprint decides the order. Good evening to Blokumus in the chat. An early safety car here in the sprint, which I'm anticipating will end at the end of this lap. And can Smug once again get the jump and get away from Sime, Keiths, Jacob, etc. in behind? Keep an eye on Maxwell, Kusky Boo, Jaden, Noodles, all coming up from the back of the field. Coming up certainly from towards the back of the field. The safety car is in this lap. Senna dropping down to P11, but he is still a lively contender. He's been very good in recent weeks. Smug leads them through the stadium section. As the safety car exits to the pit lane, they're bunched up and Smug gets away. Let's see who's going to be making a move. Jacob seems to have got a really good run on Keiths. And look in behind the Ferrari, Maxwell going to the inside. Jacob was maybe nudged wide. And through goes Kusky Boo. Jacob losing places there. Maxwell up to P3. Kusky Boo now 5th. Ahead of Jacob. Ninja's lost a few places there to Jaden, Noodles, 50 Gent and Senna. And Smug continues to lead from side. Maxwell, Keiths. Kusky Boo closing the gap. Jaden keeping up, doing a terrific job on medium tyres. Will that help him later in the feature with the extra set of softs? Sime going for the lead. Into the lead goes Sime. Sime takes the lead from Smug. Syme then into the lead ahead of Smug. Max World is third. Keith's going to run on Max now. Syme sets the fastest lap of the race. Keith's going up the inside of Max World. And back up to P3 goes the Alpha Tauri. And contact, big contact, Max World and Keith's have taken each other out. Max World and Keith's have taken each other out, and that's caused more contact in behind with Mr. Pickle, TMK and 50 Gent as they rejoined. Maybe damage for some of them. But that has freed Kusky Boo into third, ahead of Jacob fourth, Jaden fifth and Noodle sixth, and Senna, as I said, still a lively contender, back up to seventh. Max down to eighth, ahead of Keith's in ninth. That one will end up in the steward's room, I'm sure. And now Mr. Pickle is being passed by everyone. I think he's cruising around for a new front wing. Or got out of shape, certainly. Ninjas is out! And TMK! Ninjas and TMK are both out of the race. We've got another safety car. Evening to Cam in the chat. We've got another safety car, and this is going to save Mr. Pickle's chances because he will now surely pit. I think he got damage in the aftermath of the Keith's and Max situation, which Max is also pitting. Easy Life is now up to 9th. Real Maxwell, 50 Gent and Mr. Pickle are all pitting. Syme leads, Smug in second, then it's Kusky Boo, Jacob, Jaden and Noodles. Senna is in 7th, from Keith's in 8th. Those are the top 8 for the points at the moment. Easy Life is in 9th, and the other 3 are coming out the pits. Max World, 50 Gent and Mr. Pickle, and they will be given the chance to catch up. TMK out of the race and out of the session. He'll have to rejoin for the feature race. Hello to Dekatza in the chat on DRS there. Another safety car. And we just wait for them to bunch up once again. Mr. Pickle's passed 50 Gent. Don't know, maybe 50 got out of his way. Not sure really, as we are under safety car. So we'll have another lap, I think, as the rear 2 are not quite back with the field. 12 remain on track after the DNFs of TMK, Ninjas and Speedy Bullets. And Noodles and Senna looking like swapping places. We don't need any of that under safety car, please, chaps. As the rear gunners will just start to catch the back of the train. So what's going to happen now? Is Syme going to hold the win? Is Smug going to fight back? Kusky Boo, Jacob, Jaden, Noodles all poised. Is Easy Life going to get up into the points? Did Keith's get any damage from that accident with Max World? Be able to tell from this high angle. So I'm sure the safety car will be exiting again very shortly. Indeed, there it is. TMK is back in with plenty of time until the feature race. Let's go up to Syme as he backs the field up. Hopefully no accidents coming through the slow stadium section. Safety car into the pit lane. Syme will try and catch them on the hop, and he's done a reasonable job there. Smug will come across and try and get a slipstream, as will Kusky Boo try and get a slipstream on Smug. He's going to try and go around the outside, Kusky, and pulls it off. Great move by Kusky Boo into P2. Kusky Boo then up to second. Jacob now side by side with Smug. And Jacob goes up to P3. And Senna's out! Out of the race! Senna's gone, and we've got another safety car. Senna into the wall, and just 11 remain. And this one will have to be a short safety car, because we're going to have a sprint race, a sprint finish to this sprint race. The ones who picked the soft tyres and haven't pitted are going to be delighted with the less laps to do. Smug now dropping out of the podium places. Syme leads, Kusky Boo in second, then Jacob third. Noodles into the pits. So it must have been damage for him. He'll drop to the rear. No damage, he's just going for fresh tyres. Ballsy. Very ballsy strategy from the Dutchman. He goes back to P11, but gets a fresh set of boots. And now he's going to need a bit of luck for the safety car to let him catch up. For the Delta to be nice to him and let him gun it. As we see if the safety car is going to be in this lap, which I assume it is, that will give us a 2-lap sprint finish. So can Noodles close that gap before the end of this lap? He will hope he can. Haas, one of the only teams with 2 drivers still going, along with AlphaTauri and Alfa Romeo. Syme backing them up this time a lot more early, which has helped Noodles in his quest to catch up, and he has indeed caught the back of the field. Syme's given the safety car a lot more room this time. As through they all come. Safety car disappears. Syme looks to have got a good jump. Let's see what happens from here. 2 laps to the finish. Mr. Pickle gets easy life. Straight off the line. Or does he? Side by side, those two. Kusky closing in on the lead. Mr. Pickle and Easy Life still at it. Maxwell passes Keiths. And Noodles passes Easy Life, who dropped positions quite quickly in the end. There is Maxwell in P6. Noodles gave up that P6, of course, to get fresh tyres. Is he going to get back there within the next lap and a half? Could that have been a gamble too far for the debutant? Kusky Boo having a look. He's not going to have any DRS, of course. He's going to dive up the inside of Syme. And Syme holds it out. Noodles up to P8. Is he ahead of 50 Gent? Not quite. Sorry, P9. Syme holds it out well from Kusky Boo. Jacob is right there as well. Then it's Smug, Jaden, Max World. Noodles did not quite get the move on 50 Gent just yet. Syme now is going to lose the lead, is he? Kusky Boo down the straight. Syme's going to have a look back at him. But Kusky Boo gets the lead. Noodles gets 50 Gent for P9. Mr. Pickles gets Keiths for P7. We're going to stay with the leaders. Kusky Boo from Syme. Jacob. Then it's Jaden passing Smug. And then Maxwell trying to get involved as well. Maxwell going up the inside of Smug. Thought better of it on that occasion. Great drive by Jaden on medium tyres. He's kept the pace really well. Is there anything Syme can do to get to Kusky Boo here? On the final lap, he has a look. Max goes by Smug for P5. The fireworks go off. Syme can't get a run round the last corner. Kusky Boo. Syme tries to get to him. Kusky Boo wins. Syme in second, Jacob third, Jaden fourth, then Maxwell, Smug, Mr. Pickle, Keiths, Noodles. Just misses out on the top 8. 50 Gent in 10th and Easy Life in P11. What a race. And we've only... That's what we're... Of course. So more action here in DRS eXtreme. Kusky Boo takes the victory. Syme in P2. Jacob in third. Down to Jaden, then Maxwell, Smug, Mr. Pickles and Keiths. So a double points finish there for Alpha Tauri. Then it was Noodles in 9th from 50 Gent 10. Then Easy Life, and then the DNS was Senna, TMK, Ninjas, and Speedy Bullets. And I'm not sure if it's going to show us the fastest lap. Looks like it was Syme with the fastest lap. So we will see the grid once again. Bazza in the chat lamenting Senna's early exit of the sprint race. We will see the grid once again. As everyone gets ready.
My first time with brake assist off. Evening blog, hope you're well, mate.
Good evening to Adkins in the chat, and Noodle says his first time with brake assist off. Interesting. Discussions in the chat, but I will leave those well alone. Thanks to George for joining the Discord. I was doing something, but I forgot what it was. Yes, that's what it was. It was the championship standings. Where are they? Here they are. After the first race of the season.
But I cannot change my strategy. Is this a bug?
I'm not sure. So last week then, Bunny's Vengeance took the victory from Brad Mason. Neither of them are here. So Senna is the championship leader, even though he's a pro-am, he's a championship leader in terms of who is in this race. Syme and 50 Gent follow from Keefs and Smug. Not many finishers last week at Monaco. So let's see what happens today. I'm not sure about any bugs or glitches. Might just have to make the strategy up as you go along in that case. Very strange. But we will have another formation lap. We will have another formation lap, and yeah, I'm not sure really. I don't know why that is actually.
Will not open when impress on square.
I would suggest you might have to just manually do the pit stops as and when you need them then. It's a little bit strange. Let's have a look in Discord, see if anyone else is having problems.
But it's okay, I will try my best. We starting.
Just wait for Smug to ready up. There's always a big pause. And here we go. So onto the formation lap we go. And a big difference of opinion here with the front three all going for different tyres. Isn't that fun? Kuskiboo on the softs then. Syme on mediums and Jacob going for hards. Then a big cluster of drivers on mediums. That's Jaden, Max, Smug, Mr. Pickle and Keefs. Noodles goes for the softs, though he was having some problems with the stratagiometer apparently. 50 Gent and Easy Life on mediums. Senna on the hards. TMK and Ninjas on mediums, and Speedy Bullet makes up the back with hard tyres. So maybe a long first stint for the hard runners. 36 lap race in prospect here. And don't forget, straight after this, I'll be ending stream and I'll be joining Baker over on kick.com/BakerPlays with a Z for some social races. 4 social races tonight, 25%ers. Do come over and join the fun on Kick with Baker. Always a good laugh. He's on Social Play Thursday and Friday. And he's also right in the title race on Blobby Mondays Season 1. Before he's doing his own leagues. His own league new season. On a Wednesday. Blobby Monday Season 2 will continue on a Monday, and instead of me driving, I'll be on comms. So you get a double helping of my commentary on a Monday night from Monday the 19th of Feb. Of course, DRS at 8 PM. Blobby Mondays at 10. So the drivers now making their way back on. Senna disqualified for parking. Noodles, Noodles, Keith, Sam, 50 Gent. But we've got 5 lights coming on. And away they go. And Syme tries to get right into the slipstream of Kusky Boo, as they all cluster towards this turn one. Kusky Boo gets there first. Syme second. Jaden trying to get round. Max World, Smug, Mr. Pickle, Noodles, Easy Life, Keefs, TMK, Senna's dropped a place. Noodles going up to P7 ahead of Mr. Pickle there. Or is he? A bit of contact perhaps. And he has to go back behind him. 50 Gent going up a place. Kusky has got away well from Syme. Then it's Jacob and Jaden who have got timer glitches by the looks of it. Then Max World, Smug, Mr. Pickle, Noodles, Easy Life, Keefs. And somebody went flying through one of the barriers there. Luckily they're just made of foam. And up the inside of Mr. Pickle goes Noodles again. And Mr. Pickle forces his way back through into the stadium. Good aggressive racing from the two of them. Kusky sets the fastest lap off the grid. TMK's into the top 10 ahead of Keefs. Ignore the timing glitches on Jacob and Jaden. And Senna's in the pits already. And it's a new front wing for Senna. Smug and Mr. Pickle duking it out now. We've lost Speedy Bullet. He's been disconnected. Noodles goes up the outside of Mr. Pickle that time. And this time keeps him out. So Noodles up to P7. Max World catching Jaden. Kusky Boo looks to be away already. Just catching up with the chat. There, Adkins. I'm still racing in socials and as a reserve in Bakers League. And for the rest of this first season, but for season 2, I'm going to focus on the comms. It's the one thing the first season was missing, in my view. So that is what I'm going to do. Work towards a full grid, and then be commentating as a double header every week as Noodles goes around the outside of Smug and up to P6. Nice move by Noodles. Bit of a gap now between him and the top 5 though, as Maxwell chases Jaden, who chases Jacob, who is right behind Syme. Keith's looking for a way past Easy Life. And TMK right in behind him. So we'll try to keep you up to date with all the battles going on track. I'll try not to lose my voice as well. Lap 4 of 36. Kusky Boo leads from Syme. Jacob getting close and getting up the inside of Syme, and into P2 goes Jacob. The Haas up to P2 ahead of Syme. Then Jaden and Maxwell. Then a big gap to Noodles, who's holding off Smug and Mr. Pickle at the moment. Keefs is in 9th from Easy Life and TMK. Then it's 50 Gent. Ninja's Speedy Bullet, who is in AI and I think has not got back into the lobby. And Senna is 15th and last after pitting for a new front wing. DRS train forming with Simon, Jaden and Max World. Keiths is the first one to pick up a time penalty. I'm sure he won't be the last. 3-second track limits penalty for him. Mr. Pickle trying to get too close to the back of Smug, who may just have dropped out of DRS range of Noodles, which means this is going to be... Oh no, he hasn't. He's still got it. So it's not going to be easy for Mr. Pickles, but Mr. Pickles going to the outside and makes the move. Syme makes it back past Jacob. I had to take a bit of curb in doing so. Holds it out for P2, Syme. Jacob P3 now, Jaden P4. Smug trying to get back to Mr. Pickle. TMK getting very close to the back of Easy Life. And Jacob going for Syme once again as Keith's pits. Jacob retakes P2 and Smug goes past Mr. Pickle. And Mr. Pickle almost went into the back of Smug. Ninja's past his 50 gent. And Senna has passed Speedy Bullet, who is still not been managed to get back in the session, unfortunately. Senna goes past Keiths also as Keiths exits the pits. Kuskiboo then just a couple of seconds clear. He's not really stretched a gap as you thought he might on those soft tyres. Jacob's keeping him honest, a couple of seconds back on the hards. Syme, Jaden and Max World all in touch. Easy Life picks up a penalty. There's then a big gap back to Noodles, who is managing it ahead of Smug and Mr. Pickle at the moment. And another gap to Easy Life, who's just picked up a penalty under pressure from TMK. And it's Ninjas from 50 gent. Keith's now passing Speedy Bullet, who's still a ghost, unfortunately. Adkins in the chat will know the pain of that one after being disconnected in a Blobby Mondays race recently, as TMK takes Easy Life for P9. Mr. Pickle is the latest to pick up a track limit penalty. Something I know too much about from my own races. So Syme, Jaden and Max World all in a line, all trying to get back up towards Jacob. Kuskiboo just 2 seconds up the road. Who's going to get close enough for a move? Not looking like anyone at the moment. Maybe Smug, who's really done well through the stadium section to get close to the back of Noodles here. And surely this is going to be an easy one for Smug with DRS. And Smug retakes P6 from Noodles. Nice move by Smug. Noodles is the latest to pick up a penalty, and he's had a little wobble there as well. The soft tyres perhaps starting to go off for him. Jacob has closed to within 1.5 seconds of Koskibu. So maybe the soft tyres starting to panic. Starting to degrade a bit quicker than you'd expect. And maybe an earlier pit stop than we thought could be in the immediate future for Koskibu and for Noodles. The two soft runners. It's not going to be this lap though, as Koskibu is now chased by Jacob within a second and with DRS. So the DRS train has caught the leader now. As you can see, all of them there. And Mr. Pickle passes Noodles. And Noodles indeed is in the pits. That's why Mr. Pickles went past, because Noodles decided he's had enough of those soft tyres and into the pit lane. And he's going for hards. With a glitch. And onto hards goes Noodles. And he'll rejoin in P12 or 13. Senna might get to him. It's going to be close actually. Senna does not. So Noodles rejoins in P12. Jacob is closing in on Koskibu in the lead. Ninjas and 50 Gent. And now Noodles as well, all behind Easy Life here. In fact, I think that's another timing crash, because Noodles is way more than half a second behind those. He's miles down the road. So that's another glitch. We're going to go to Jacob here, who is looking for the move for the lead. Jaden also looking for a move on Syme. Jacob now right in the slipstream of Koskibu. 50 Gent making the move on Ninjas down further back. And 50 Gent round the outside of Easy Life. And that takes 50 Gent into P9. Good couple of moves from him. Mr. Pickle still stuck behind Smug. Jacob still chasing Koskibu, who's surely going to be thinking about pitting sooner rather than later. Mr. Pickle's got another time penalty. That's his second. Is Jacob close enough this time for a move for the lead? Round the outside was his attempt. Koskibu defended it well. Is he going to have a quick enough exit to have another go? He looks like he might. And Jacob is into the lead. Jacob into the lead ahead of Koskibu. They've got a 2-second gap back to Syme now with Jaden and Maxwell behind. Easy Life into the pits, which frees Noodle and Senna up a place each. Mr. Pickle still chasing Smug. Easy Life will rejoin in 14th place. Of course, Speedy Bullet not back in the session, I don't think. We'll just check. He's indeed still ghosting. And the leaders are coming up to lap him. And it's Jacob from Koskibu, Syme, Jaden, Maxwell, Smug, Mr. Pickle, TMK, 50 Gent and Ninjas, your top 10. Followed by Noodles, Senna, Keiths and Easy Life and Speedy Bullet. Jaden now making the move. Koskibu making the move. I can't watch both, folks. They're close in together, and Kusky holds it out. Kusky retakes the lead. Jaden takes P3 from Syme. I couldn't simultaneously watch both battles, unfortunately. Mr. Pickle not close enough this time to get past Smug, who's stubborn if nothing else. Max World picks up a penalty. They see Speedy Bullet just in front of Kusky Boo and Jacob. He's ghosting anyway, as he would do to be lapped even if he were in the session, so shouldn't cause them any problems. Jacob's close, very close to the back of Kusky here as they lap the Ferrari. And Kusky got DRS off that Ferrari to defend with. Not going to stop Jacob having a look though. Tries to go outside, inside. This is where the move happened for Jacob a couple of laps ago. But again, both seem to have DRS. Mr. Pickle has finally overtaken Smug. And Senna's in the pits again. So a second stop for Senna. And he's still a long way from home. And he's going for softs. Pit lane very glitchy today, I'm finding. And Senna will eventually come back out of the pits. It's still showing him in the pits. There we are. And here he joins in 14th. Kusky Boo into the pit lane. Kusky Boo into the pits. So let's see, is Mr. Pickle going to get round? Are Mr. Pickle and Smug going to get round quick enough to go past him? I don't think they are. He's exiting the pit lane now, getting up to speed. And I think he's going to be alright. Ahead of Mr. Pickle and Smug. So Kusky Boo rejoins in 5th place. Ninja's chasing 50 Gent. Noodles catching them. Senna, that's another timing screen that's broken. At 14 of 36 and all 15 cars still running, albeit one in AI after a disconnection. And it's Jacob out in the lead now after the pit stop of Kusky Boo. And Kusky is on mediums, which are 21 lap stint. It is possible here, as we saw from Brad Mason on Monday. Jacob from Jaden, Syme, as Smug is into the pits, the first of the medium runners to do so. I think it's going to have to be hard for him, and it is. And he will drop down to behind his teammate and ahead of Easy Life. So he's going to be P12. Promotes Noodles into the top 10 as he continues to catch 50 Gent and Ninjas. It's there we're going to stay, as Ninjas in fact has recently passed 50 Gent there. He was the one with the DRS. Ninjas picks up a penalty as we watch them. And Noodles is now right to the tail of 50 Gent. And he's just got to display a bit of patience here through this sector. And Syme is making a move on Jaden. And Syme is back to P2. Noodles does get that move on 50 Gent. Up the inside he goes. Noodles up to P9. Into the pits comes Mr. Pickle. Now where is he going to come out in relation to Smug? That is the question. There is Smug. Where is Mr. Pickle? Smug is going to come out almost side by side with him. Smug goes in front of Mr. Pickle, but only just. So Smug P11, Mr. Pickle P12. That battle will continue, I'm sure. Good evening to Baker in the chat. Don't forget, at the end of the stream, that's where I'll be. Kick.com/BakerPlays with a Z for some social play. I'll not be streaming. You'll have to go over to Kick. Come and say hello. And you can even join in if you like. Social play with Baker after the stream finishes here. Kusky Boo, fastest lap of the race. He is currently in P5. Noodles and Ninjas scrapping into the stadium section. Both give room and Noodles gets the place. 50 Gent might get involved as well. Into the pits comes TMK. And Ninjas. The Ninjas maybe didn't want to fight that one as he knew he was going to pit. So TMK and Ninjas will come out behind Senna, I think. TMK might not actually. Where are they? Where are they? Where are they?
Cheers for that, mate. Anyone is welcome, as you know.
Senna comes out between the two. So Ninjas is passed by Senna and Easy Life, but TMK is not. Yeah, no worries, Baker. I always like to give you a plug on the old streams. And Smug passing Keefs there for P8. He'll hope that Keefs can stay in front of Mr. Pickle and give him a rest from him, as those two, Smug and Mr. Pickle, have been together for pretty much the entire race. Jaden is getting close to the back of Syme. These two have had a good battle as well. Max Wild picks up a second time penalty as 50 Gent pits. So we've got to be looking for Syme, Jaden and Max to pit shortly. Senna passing TMK now. TMK in the pits again. That's why. TMK pitting once again. And he's putting in intermediate tyres on. That is a strange one from TMK. I think that's his late race ruined as 50 Gent and Ninjas battling again. Mr. Pickle passes Keefs. And into the pits come Jaden and Max World as Kusky Boo sets the fastest lap of the race. And laps TMK. Who has come out on intermediate tyres in the bone dry, which is a very strange thing to happen. I think it was my old problem of pitting to fix the wing and then not getting the wing fixed. But the tyre choice also went a bit wrong there. So everyone kind of spaced out a little now. With Syme and Jacob yet to pit. And Kusky Boo showing great pace. And looking like he'll easily reclaim the lead when those two do pit. Syme goes through. And Jacob is in the pits. So Jacob hards to mediums. Where is Jaden? He is coming around the last corner. I don't think he'll get anywhere near. And TMK's out. TMK has pit and quit. Mr. Pickle has picked up a penalty. TMK has pit and quit. Jacob has come out of the pits well behind the front two, but clear of Jaden. I'm hoping that TMK's car doesn't cause any unnecessary yellow flag incidents. Just watching it on the map there. It is still on track. Coming back out of the pits. And Smug going by Noodles here. Smug gets the move on Noodles for P6. It's been a good battle between those two and Mr. Pickle as well, who's now a little bit further back. Jacob getting very close to the back of Kusky Boo. No, he isn't. That's a timing error. Apologies, we've had a few of those today. So Syme, with 15 laps to go, is being caught by Kusky Boo. Syme's still yet to pit. Is he going to try and go medium to soft? Is that the reason for the long stint? Noodles into the pits once again. There's a second stop for him. Into the pits also is Speedy Bullet. He's still in AI and a little bit down. Noodles goes for softs to the end. Senna goes past him. Kusky Boo takes the lead of the race. Kusky Boo takes the lead. Noodles will drop right back to 13th. But we'll have soft tyres to try and chase down Easy Life and Ninjas, as well as 50 Gent. So the top 10 still within reach for Noodles on his debut. Syme still yet to pick 21 laps on those mediums. Side by side there, Ninjas and Easy Life. And Ninjas makes the pass. Noodles on soft tyres will hope to pick these off quite quickly here. With the fresh rubber. Easy Life might look for a dive. He's not going to. This is the closest battle on track. Do like to give you as much of the lower field battling as we can. Noodles is going to get Easy Life here. And that's up to P12. Is Syme going to pit this time round? Jacob is catching him. Noodles wants two for the price of one. And is trying to go for Ninjas. Syme does pit. So let's see where he comes back out. Jaden's going to pass him. Max may do, as Noodles gets 50. No, he doesn't. He gets Ninjas once again. They're battling away still. Max has passed Sime. And Smug will not be anywhere near. So Sime will rejoin in P5. On hard tyres, he didn't go for the softs. So Noodles up to P11 and will now try and chase down 50 Gent. He does have that penalty, of course. We'll just put the penalties up at a quiet moment. 9 seconds for Mr. Pickle. 6 for Easy Life and Max World. 3 for Keefs, Noodles and Ninjas. Noodles then on the soft tyre. Is he going to make it count? As he closes up to 50 Gent. Miller says he can't believe that Sime hung out that long and then went to hards. I'm inclined to agree with Miller on that one. I did think it was going to be medium to soft for Sime, but then the softs did not go well early, and there you go, and that's why maybe that the softs haven't gone well today. Noodles catching the curb, and he is now going to have lost his chance of a top 10 finish. Into the pits are Mr. Pickle and Keefs. They're going for the softs, as Senna's into the pits as well. And a set of softs for him too. 50 Gent into the pits. We've got a safety car. We have got a safety car, so maybe Noodle's chances are not completely doomed. Because the accident did cause a safety car. But where are the front runners? Jacob and Kusky Boo are into the pits as well. Has Noodles come out in front or behind of being lapped? He's just managed to come out on the same lap. There he is in the foreground, so he will get the chance to get back round. This is going to take 3 laps to sort out, of course.
Didn't change his wing.
And Noodles has not had his wing changed. It's disaster for the Dutchman. They've not changed his wing. And that's going to mean another pit stop, which is probably going to mean being lapped. He needs now for the safety car to be very slow and to get round quickly enough that he can pit without being lapped. Because of course if you're lapped, this game doesn't let you unlap as it should, and then you're stuck a lap down. And you effectively become a lap behind everyone who you were previously just seconds behind, if that makes sense. So can he get in and out here? It's not looking very good at the moment. He does come back into the pits, but the leaders are already in the stadium. This is going to be tight, as they are going at the safety car's pace. Noodles into the pits, back onto his soft tyres that he was using, but is he going to get out ahead of the safety car and Kusky Boo? I don't think he is. He isn't, and that effectively is race over for Noodles. because there he is rejoining behind his teammate. Behind his teammate and Kusky Boo. So Noodles is stuck now. And the rest will catch the field and he won't. So it's an unfortunate end to the debut for Noodles. All he can do now is follow. Of course, if he goes past the safety car, it'll either disqualify him or it will give him a very large penalty. So disappointment for the debutant. Held up behind the AI now are Ninjas and Easy Life, who are trying to catch the back of the field. But obviously, Speedy Bullet a lap down has been out of the session for quite a while. They're not allowed to pass him. So I'd expect another lap of safety car here. So the safety car will do another lap. And it's whether the AI will ever let the Ninjas and Easy Life catch up. The order then is as follows. Kusky Boo leads from Jacob in second. Jaden is third. And it's Max World in fourth from Simon fifth. Smug is sixth from Mr. Pickle seventh. Keith's is in P8 from Senna in P9. And rounding off the top 10 is 50 Gent. And it's Ninjas, Easy Life, Noodles and Speedy Bullet. The TMK, the pit and quit DNF that stopped us having all 15 who started managing to finish, in stark contrast to the sprint race where we had 5 DNFs. So everybody on fresh boots then. Hello to Jonathan in the chat. You have joined us just as the safety car is about to exit the scene. And then we have about 9 more laps of this feature race. It's Kusky Boo from Jacob and Jaden, who's preceded there by Noodles, who is a lap down. And it's Max World, Syme, Smart, Mr. Pickle. Somebody went in a bit hot there, and now there's all kinds of problems in behind with Speedy Bullet's AI causing havoc. Away they go. Noodles moves to the side and gets out of the way to be lapped. And Smug is going to get past Syme here. Or is he? In fact, Smug loses a place to Mr. Pickle, and then something's come off one of the cars. There was definitely a piece of front wing of someone went flying there. I'm not sure who it was who got damage. It may have been Smug, it may have been Mr. Pickle. It was indeed Smug. You can see he's missing an end plate, and he's gone across there, and he's almost took his teammate out. Noodles picks up a time penalty. That's not going to help him. Smug is dropping down the order as he struggles to keep it with that broken front wing. Easy Life picks up a penalty. Smug is into the pit lane. Is Jacob going to go for a move for the lead? The battle now on for the lead and the win. Wide there was Jaden. Could that give Max World some hope? Smug is back out and he'll rejoin in P12. Keefs goes by Mr. Pickle there. Good move for the AlphaTauri. Jacob very close to the back of Kuskiboo. The two of them going for the victory. We'll put the penalties up now. And Noodles is out! Out of the race is Noodles, and we've got a safety car again. Noodles is out. And a promising debut has gone from bad to worse for the Dutchman. Noodles out of the race. Another safety car. Now what does everybody do? Stay out, I think. Noodles in the chat there. He's not a happy man. Senna's in the pits. Smug will be delighted to see that safety car, as now he's going to be back in with a chance. Of the top 10, just 13 remaining on track. One of those is, of course, Speedy Bullets AI, who is a lap down. Smug will be able to catch up to the field once again. And there are some penalties up ahead of him. Max World with 6. Mr. Pickle and Easy Life have got 9 each. And 3s for Keith and Ninjas. So Smug, from his race being ruined by that damage, is suddenly back in it. The leaders are on lap 30. So it's time for sprint race finish once again. If we think the safety car will be in not this lap, but the next. And that will take us to lap 32. So it's going to be a 5-lapper to finish. Viewers hit double figures a second ago. Thank you very much for that. Do appreciate everyone coming in. That's the viewers on my channel as opposed to the DRS ones, which I obviously don't get to see until Smug posts it later on. But we did have a total of 25 plus on Monday, so do appreciate that. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. And hopefully we can continue to grow those numbers. It was not Noodles' day, he says. So he will lick his wounds and be back next week. Of course, the small matter of a Blobby Monday title race to get ready for in Shanghai on Monday as we enter the last 3 races of the season.
Next week, better beaming face with smiling eyes, winking face.
Next week, better indeed. The only way is up. Now then, a 5-lap sprint race in prospect to finish us off here in Mexico. Kuskiboo, Jacob, Jaden, then Max World with penalties to Syme, Keefs Mr. Pickle, 50 Gent, Ninjas and Easy Life with Senna and Smug. All those extra pit stops. Now Senna and Smug still might fancy some points here. It's Kusky Boo's turn to back them up once again as the safety car crawls through the stadium section. One out of order is the Ferrari, which is at the moment in front of Senna, I think. Kusky backs them right up. And away they go for this 5-lap sprint finish. Has Kusky managed to get away? Jaden looking for a slipstream on Jacob. Smug passes Senna towards the back. And Maxwell up the inside of Jaden. And Jaden's off! Off goes Jaden! And Jaden drops down right to P7. And now 8. Easy Life and Smug are side by side. And Smug takes P10. The safety car really saved his race. Jaden, from challenging for that top 3, has now dropped right out to P8. Senna up to P11 ahead of Easy Life. He'll still hope for points. Smug is trying to get after Ninjas. Jaden going to try and recover. He's passed 50 Gent as Smug does pass Ninjas, but goes very wide there. Kusky Boo and Jacob. Maxwell, of course, with that 6 seconds of penalties, is not going to be able to hold on, surely, for a podium. He's ahead of Syme at the moment. Then Keith's up to 5th. Jaden now passing Mr. Pickle for 6th. Smug continues his good run through the field. Up to P8 ahead of 50 Gent. Ninjas and Senna battling and contact! Contact and a broken piece of, I think, Mercedes came off there. I think, yep, Senna has broken his front wing on the side of Ninjas. Kusky Boo pursued by Jacob. Sprint finish, as we saw in the sprint race. Kusky Boo managed to hold off Syme on that occasion. Is he going to hold off Jacob on this one? Let's have a little look who's got the fastest lap. It is Jacob who has the fastest lap at the moment, but that could still change as well. DRS now enabled for the final 3 laps of the race. Jacob won't get it this time, but will after this. Smug continues his run through from the back. He's up to P7 now, ahead of Mr. Pickle. Jaden back up to P5 ahead of Keiths. Senna just going to have to crawl it round in P10, I think. Kusky Boo has picked up a penalty, and that could cost him the race. That could cost him the victory. A time penalty for Kusky Boo. And Jacob can now just sit behind. If Jacob can keep pace with him now, Jacob will win the race. The battle for the victory takes a huge turn on lap 34. Jacob will see this. He will know that Kusky Boo has picked up that penalty. And he will know he's just got to stay within 3 seconds to steal the win. Maxwell is in third, but he's going to drop some places to Syme and Jaden, and perhaps Keiths as well, and even Smug as well, if Smug can keep the pace up. Mr. Pickle will also lose places, right out of the top 10 at the moment with his penalties. Easy Life was saying 20 plus seconds. He's only got 9. He's not doing too badly. He's currently 12th. And looking like he'll be on pole next week. As I'm sure Speedy Bullet being in AI for so long doesn't count. He might, I don't know. Not for me to decide. Senna picks up a time penalty, and that's going to cost him potentially, as Ninjas is passing Senna. Ninjas passes Senna, so Senna with that penalty is going to drop out of the points, but barges his way back through. Aggressive from Senna. Jacob takes the lead. Jacob takes the lead on track from Kusky Boo. He's going to do it the right way. He's not going to rely on penalties. He's going to go for it. Jacob leads from Kusky Boo. Maxwell in third can do nothing about the cars behind him catching him and passing him with that penalty. That's going to be Syme, Jaden Keiths and probably Smug. Smug will jump Keiths as well, so for somebody who before the last safety car was well detached after pitting for a broken front wing, will now suddenly jump to a top 5. The fireworks go off in the stadium section. Jacob comes through one last time. Ninjas has picked up a massive penalty that's going to cost him a point. Jacob wins from Kusky Boo. Maxwell is going to come home next, but drop right down. Syme takes P3, Jaden for P4. Then it's Keiths and Smug. And Max managed to stay ahead of Smug and Keiths. Smug P6, Keiths P7, 50 Gent and Senna ahead of Mr. Pickle, who had penalties. Ninjas picked up a mad penalty at the end of the race there that cost him a top 10 spot, and Easy Life was 12th across the line. Wow. Senna, the driver of the day according to the game. And we will go through the classifications there. Of course, all the classifications are subject to the stewards' decisions and deductions and everything like that, which I don't get involved in. The result for the race. Jacob, with fastest lap, wins from Kusky Boo in second. Syme takes P3 ahead of Jaden in P4. Maxwell, third on track, finished P5. Ahead of the Alpha Tauri, Smug in P6, and Keith in P7. Then it was 50 Gent in P8. Senna jumped up to P9 despite 4 pit stops, and Mr. Pickle dropped down with penalties to P10. Ninja's got a 5-second penalty on the last lap of the race. In fact, maybe got 8 seconds worth on the last lap of the race, because that's dropped him to P11 for Red Bull, and Easy Life was in P12 ahead of Speedy Bullet, who was in AI and 2 laps down. The DNS were Noodles on debut, TMK. Those were the only DNS. TMK pit and quit, and Noodles crashing out. The overall weekend sees Jacob from Kusky Boo, Syme, Jaden, Maxwell, pretty much the same order as the race, apart from the Mercedes swapping places and 50 Gent jumping in. So there we go. That is it. Do go over to kick.com/BakerPlays with a Z right now, as I'm going to be finishing stream now and going over there for some social play races. which I'm not going to be streaming, so go and say hello to Baker. And I will be back on Monday with DRS from 8 p.m. And Blobby Mondays goes to China, 10 p.m, 3 races left in the season there. And there may be, over the weekend, a kick test stream that will also be on Twitch. Maybe some Fortnite, but we will see what happens. That'll either be tomorrow, daytime, or at some point on Sunday. So until then, I've been Blobby Butler. This has been DRS eXtreme. Jacob takes the victory today. We'll be back next Monday. Thank you very much for watching, and good night.